What's up? This is Naked Eli, the mostly unclothed game. A few weeks ago, I did a video on Halo CE Legendary speedrunning. In that video, my best time on Silent Cartographer was 4 minutes and 31 seconds. I've since learned some new tricks, and this weekend I posted a time of 3 minutes and 21 seconds on the HaloRuns.com leaderboards. That's a 70-second improvement. In this video, I'll show you how I did it. If you're not familiar with Halo speedrunning or your only exposure is my old video about it, let me tell you in advance that there's going to be a lot of insane things happening in a very short amount of time on this level. I'll be commentating and explaining the tricks as we go and pausing and rewinding as needed, but if you'd like to just watch the raw speedrun without any of my edits or commentary, there's a link in the description. I'm planning on doing this for each Halo 1 level, so if you're interested in Halo speedrunning, be sure to subscribe. I will say this level's opening, in the speedrun anyway, is awful. It starts with a 37-second unskippable cutscene and then a minute of walking on the beach. When you're running this level trying to get a good time, having to sit through this every time you reset is painful. So I'll fast forward to where the run actually starts. Okay, so we're at the Warthog, so now is when things get legit. There's a bunch of jackals shooting at me. Sometimes they notice you, sometimes they don't. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to worry about them or waste any time shooting them or grenading them or anything like that. Once you come around here and turn this corner, you'll get that checkpoint, and that's an important checkpoint because if for whatever reason you miss that, then you're going all the way back to the start of the beach if you die here. Here you want to turn around like that and go straight through the middle. That's the fastest. I bumped into the side, so that's a little bit of time loss. You're not supposed to drive the Warthog back in here, but that's what we're going to do because we're speedrunners. You want to drive on the left ledge because it's faster, and if you wait at the very bottom, you'll get a checkpoint here, which is very important. There's a door at the end of this hallway. That's where we need to go. But if we walk to it, it'll close before we can get through. Then we have to go somewhere else on the island to open it and then come back. Fortunately, though, we have a trick to bypass it.
Don't let them lock the doors.
Okay, so to do that, you need to be going full speed towards the door. Once your back wheels hit here, you'll turn hard to the right and press the button to get out of the Warthog. The way this works is the back of the Warthog actually slams into you and flings you through the door before it closes. That's the Warthog slam, and that's the easiest trick we'll be doing on this level. Every gold elite drops 2 plasma grenades, and you'll want to kill this guy for his. You're supposed to get a cutscene if you go this way, but you can skip it by shooting. This leads us to the next trick. We need to get down below, but that's too far of a distance to fall without dying. Or is it? What you're doing is barely clipping this edge and hitting this slope. If you're too far to the left or the right, you'll die from fall damage. Once you hit the slope, you jump to keep your momentum going. Normally, you'd still be up on the floor where you hit, get a checkpoint, and would then walk off, but I hit it perfectly and didn't need to. This last fall can also kill you if you hit the ground too fast, which is why I bounced off the side. You then press this button and skip a cutscene, which is actually slower on MCC than Classic. Now we have to escape back to the surface, which includes a lot of tough fighting and a slow climb back up, or you can just do this. So you're standing on this square next to the space crate. I switched to anniversary graphics because visually it's brighter and easier to line things up than in Classic. If you wait here for a second, you'll get a checkpoint that lets you try it over and over. When throwing grenades, there's a delay after you throw one before you can throw a second. With this grenade jump, you have to throw the next grenade as soon as the game will let you, and this means that my aim isn't exactly perfect. Watch where I throw, watch where other people throw because everyone's slightly different, and see what works for you. The last grenade though, everyone does the same. You fire one shot at the ground for timing, then you stick yourself. The self-stick is kind of tricky. You have to be standing still and aim almost all the way down. Too far down or too far up and you won't get it. After you're stuck, you grab the overshield and walk on top of the grenade pile. If you threw everything correctly, they'll all explode at the same time and launch you up. The grenades don't kill you because you're invincible while the overshield is charging up. I got unlucky and had to kill this jackal, which cost me a bit of time. Sometimes there's no jackal, sometimes there's one, sometimes there's 2 or even 3. It's RNG. We're still not all the way up though, so we'll have to walk back up and fight our way out. Just kidding.
Underestimate.
I line up with this back line. Other guys I've seen line up with the top line. As long as you're around this spot to the back right of the dead Marine, you're fine. You can get a checkpoint here if you wait, but if there are jackals too close by, you won't get it. Again, your lineups might be slightly different, but for me, my first grenade I throw to the top left of this glowing line. Immediately after throwing it, I start shooting. After I fire 2 shots, I throw my second grenade about here. Then I fire 1 more shot as I move up slightly and throw a third grenade at my feet so that it doesn't bounce at all. To do that, you throw it the same way you'd throw a self-stick, almost all the way down but not completely. My timing on this last grenade is actually off, and I probably need to fire 2 shots rather than 1 because it goes off before the other 2, and ideally they'd go off simultaneously. Regardless, it worked, and just like that, we're back up top. So the elite survived my Warthog slam. He didn't get splattered, so I had to wait for my shields to recharge there, which was a little bit of time loss. And they almost killed me anyway. But it worked out, and just like that, I am back up to the top. Get out. Sometimes a stealth elite spawns here, sometimes he spawns elsewhere. There will be 6 in total in this area, so that means around the corner there are 5 more that I have to worry about. And now the level is on a timer. I'm just waiting for Foe Hammer to come and pick me up. Some runners I've seen pick off all the stealth elites around the corner. I just wait and I drive past all of them. Here I actually got on the Warthog too soon, and Foe Hammer was not there yet. I got lucky though because I ran over every single stealth elite, which I have never done before or seen anyone else do. That was absolutely nuts and unexpected. So my time on Halo runs for this level is a 3:21, even though MCC timed me at 3:22. On Halo runs, the timer actually stops when this checkpoint comes in because this level ends slightly differently depending on which version of the game you have, and that keeps it consistent. That's the Silent Cartographer. If you enjoyed this video or it was helpful, hit the thumbs up, and I'll catch you later.